Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Wahida binti Mak Yusuf. My metric number is 066997. Today, I will explain about our task. Our task title is Malaysian culture. Malaysia is a country have many races that live in peace together. Three main races in Malaysia is Malay, Chinese and Indian. Malay is the most people that 54% from citizens of Malaysia. Malay is a race that believe in Islam and use Bahasa Melayu their language. Chinese is 25% while Indian is 7.5% of Malaysian citizens. Most of Chinese religion is Buddha, Taoism or Christian. Mandarin and Hokkien is one of their language. While Indian, their religion is Hindu and Tamil is their language. For Sarawak, the most research is Iban. They live in Rumah Panjang that located beside Sungai Panjang and Sungai Lupar. Bidayuh people live in South Wales, while orang asli live in Semenanjung, Malaysia. Malaysia music consists of traditional and contemporary music played by Malaysians. Traditional music is heavily influenced by Chinese, Islamic, Indian and Indonesian cultures. Most music instruments consist of drum, flutes, gong and so on. The country has a strong tradition in dance, some of Thai and Indian. Apart from that, there are also wayang kulit, silat and craft items such as batik, embroidery and others. Lastly, there are many types of food in Malaysia, from heavy food like nasi lemak to light food like kuih. The Malaysian government have taken steps to define Malaysian culture through the National Culture Policy 1971, which define what is considered official culture, based it on Malay culture and integrates Islamic influence. This highly influenced language only that Malay tag is considered an official culture tag.
I would like to explain in more detail about culture of Malaysia that have many races. The people of Malaysia are mostly of Chinese, Indian and native Malay influence. The Malays make up the largest ethnic group and tend to the practice both Islamic and Malay tradition and speak in the native Malay language. The Malaysian Chinese make up about 25% of the population, with three main dialects of Chinese language being spoken: Hokkien, Cantonese and Mandarin speakers. The Malaysian Indians, who make up 10%, tend to be descendants of Tamil-speaking Indians who were brought in under British colonial rule. The traditional Malay people speak Bahasa Malaysia, which has its roots in an Austronesian language. The indigenous people of Malay, known as the Orang Asli or original people, are found in the Peninsular region and have several different groups with their own language and cultural tradition. The majority of dark-skinned, early-haired native are named Tempok, synonymous with the country. They are easy to greet and always ready to help if jungle hikers or mountain hikers want help as a guide. Their lives are so close to the forest and nature. Something they are the marginalist group because they are far behind the progress of the more modern and sophisticated foreign society. Besides, the Malay community in Malaysia can be divided also into three different groups, namely Anak Jati, Anak Dagan and Peranakan. Anak Jati is a term that refers to a group of Malays who are the indigenous population of Malaysia. They are one of the three groups that make up the Malay community in Malaysia. This group includes indigenous tribes such as the Malays of Kedah, the Malays of Kelantan, the Malays of Terengganu and so on. Meanwhile, Anak Dagan is a term that refers to the Malay in Malaysia whose ancestors come from the Indonesian islands, Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand and Hainan Island, China. They consist of the Austronesian ethnic group and consist of dozens of different tribes such as Javanese, Bugis, Aceh and so on. And lastly, Peranakan is a term that refers to a group of Malays in Malaysia that exist as a result of intermarriage between Malays, Anak Jati or Anak Dagan, with foreigners from outside Southeast Asia. There are Arab Peranakan, Chinese Peranakan, Siamese Peranakan, and many more. The largest ethnic groups tend to live in Sabah, including the Kadazan Dusongs, who are typically farmers in hilly regions, Bajau, a seafaring community, and the Muruk, who also make their living from hunting, fishing, and cultivation. In Sarawak, you can find major ethnic groups known as Dayak, Dekan, Bidayuh, and Orang Ulu. Meanwhile, the Penang people are traditional nomadic people who move around the rainforest. That's all from me. Thank you.
First, I will talk about religion in Malaysia. Malaysia has a multi-religious and multicultural society that basically live in peace and harmony. This diversity is a uniqueness that should be celebrated and be the pride of our people. The official religion in Malaysia is Islam, practiced by most 60% of the population. And the second largest religion in Malaysia is Buddhism, followed by almost 20% of Malaysian citizens. The other commonly practiced religion in Malaysia are Christianity, Hinduism, Sikhism, and other belief systems. Next, I will talk about Islam. Sunni Islam is the official religion of Malaysia, practiced by most 60% Malaysian citizens. And the Sultan are said to be the guardian of the religion in Malaysia. It is important to note that ethnic Malay Malaysian cannot convert to other religion, and individuals who wish to marry Muslim must convert to Islam first. Buddhism and Chinese is the second largest religion in Malaysia after Islam, with 19.8% of Malaysia population being Buddhist. Buddhism in Malaysia is mainly practiced by the ethnic Malaysian Chinese, but there are also Malaysian Siamese, Malaysian Sri Lanka, and Burmese in Malaysia that practice Buddhism. The prominent sect of the Buddhism followed here is Mahayana, with Sinhalese, a Theravada minority. The last one is Christianity. Christianity in Malaysia is the third religion practiced by 11.2% of the population. Two-thirds of the 2.951 million Christians live in East Malaysia. There is a small population in Peninsular Malaysia, and there are many who practice Christianity in Sabah and Sarawak. Festivals in Malaysia are celebrated with mass splendor and enthusiasm. Malaysia has embraced each and every culture with open arms, and this is why they celebrate festival with so much exuberance. Now, I will talk three commonly festivals in Malaysia. First is Hari Raya Aidilfitri. Hari Raya Aidilfitri is the most joyful of Muslim celebration, celebrated after Ramadan, the fasting month. This is time when Muslims working in major town and city make an exodus for their village. A special prayer are held in mosque, and it is a season when Muslims ask for forgiveness from their family members and friends. Next is Chinese New Year. This is major cultural festival in Chinese community. The festival begins with a reunion dinner on New Year's that is traditionally attended by every member of the family. During the occasion, no member of a Chinese household is allowed to clean the house, as spring cleaning is done during the last 7 days of the old year. Brooms are stored away, as the Chinese believe that sweeping the floor during the New Year would mean sweeping away the good luck from the household. A visit to the temple to seek the blessing of the god of prosperity and giving the angpao or the red packet containing money by parents to their children or among relatives are well wished. Also the order of the day. Last one is Deepavali. For the Hindus, Deepavali of the festival of light signifies the truth of God over evil. Homes of Hindus are lit with light to signify victory over darkness. Also, colorful rice painting known as kolam are made in front of each home to bring prosperity and success. These paintings are made with colorful rice in various designs and decorated with candles and small lamps. On the eve of Deepavali, prayers are held both at home and in the temple. Traditional Hindus start the day by having an oil bath before sunrise. praying at home and burning incense before going to the temple. A show of respect to the older members of the family is followed by open house for relatives and friends.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Alisa Ilyana Sahira binti Mak Johan. My metric number is 066729. Today, I will present about architecture structure in Malaysia. Malaysia is multicultural country consisting of Malay, Chinese, Indian and so on. Each race have their own architectural design. The traditional Malay architecture is based on simplicity of design, ideally suited to the tropical conditions. One of the examples of Malay historical architectural structure is the Old Palace of Seri Menanti in Negeri Sembilan. It has unique style that different from other architecture because the construction was done without using a single piece of metal nail or screw. As a common practice in the construction of timber structure traditional way, the construction method adopted in jointing the main frame of the building, while the wooden panels were pieced together using wooden dowels and rivet instead of metal nails or screw. In building the whole structure of the palace, the chengal timber was chosen as it known to be hardy, long-lasting and highly durable to withstand the heat and heavy rain of tropical weather. In Malaysia, Chinese architecture consists of two types, which is traditional and Baba Nyonya. For instance, Cheng Hun Tan Temple that located in Malacca. Cheng Hun Tan's architecture reflects the skill of migrant builders and craftsmen from China, mainly Fujian and Guangdong. There are features that depart from the usual temples found in Malaysia. Its roof slope attempt to attain a steeper incline than the generally lower and flatter Fujian form. The flag masks are of dramatic height, draws attention. The temple has 3 bays rather than one found in most temples, while most of the columns are not circular and are in timberizing from stone bases. Lastly, most of Malaysian Hindus originally from southern India. Local Hindu temples exhibit the colorful architecture of that region. The Seri Mahariamman Temple in Kuala Lumpur is one of the most ornate and elaborate Hindu temples in the country. The detailed decorative scheme for the temple incorporates intricate carvings, gold embellished, hand-painted motifs, and exquisite tiles. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurhazani binti Yusaini. My matrix number is 067405. Today, I will discuss a little bit about crafts, music and dance in Malaysia. As we know, Malaysia is a country that has various races, namely Malays, Chinese and Indians as the dominant races. These three elements make a race has its own uniqueness and culture. So, what are the crafts, music, and dances found in each race. First, for craft culture, each race has its own specialties. Well, for Malays, the most popular craft is bakul. Bakul is a weave formed from bamboo weaving, ratabamban, and mengkuang. In short, bakul are usually used to carry goods and more. Craft for Chinese is tanglong. Tanglong is the kind of protective device that protects the candle from the wind, especially at night. Popular Indian crafts include flower necklaces. Flower necklaces symbolized the joy of the Indian community to welcome special individuals for their arrival. Secondly is music. Kompang is the most popular Malay musical instrument because kompang is usually played when one to celebrate joy such as wedding ceremony. Then there is a musical instrument called erhu, which is used by the Chinese for entertainment and to accompany Chinese opera. Similarly, Indians use dolak to produce the rhythm of the song. The way to sound it is the same as the kompang, which is to tap it strongly with your hands to produce a sound. Dance is the center of every ceremony. Malay dance, the zapin, which is originated from Johor, is an entertainment that is usually performed at the opening ceremony or wedding ceremony. Dragon dance is a dance that is already known by Malaysians because every Chinese New Year, this dance is the one that will be performed. This is because it is said to be dragon descent as a symbol of ethnic identity. Next, the dramatic and spirited Bharatanatyam is likened to a poem. Its many and difficult movements and make the dancers learn it since 5 years old. In conclusion, diversity through craft, music, and dance makes Malaysia a vibrant country with the traditional culture and customs. That's all from me. Thank you.